Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. So I hope all of you are doing well. कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग? Good morning, Jai Hind. So good morning, good morning. So I hope that all of you are doing well. Okay. So I welcome you all to this session, and in today's session, we are going to discuss about two different topics. Okay. We have two different topics. The first one is with respect to the free trade agreements of India. The first one is with respect to the free trade agreements of India and the resultant impact of it. And the second topic is with respect to India and Bangladesh relations. So we are going to discuss two of these topics. First topic is with respect to the free trade agreements, and the second topic is with respect to India Bangladesh relation. So these are both the topics which are related with your IR section. This is something which is related with the IR section. So that is one topic which we are going to discuss. 2027 करंट अफेयर्स बैच कब आएगा? जल्दी ही, very soon. Okay. So we have this first topic, FTA. Okay. Last day in Indian Express there was a very good article that we are having so many FTAs. We are having so many FTAs. We are having so many free trade agreements. But at the end of the day, what is the benefit of those free trade agreements? What is the outcome of those free trade agreements? So we are going to discuss into this dimension that after all, after everything, after every deals, every news making things, what are we actually achieving? What are we actually achieving? So let us see some facts with respect to this first. Okay. Right now we see that we have got 15 FTAs with respect to 27 countries. We have got 15 FTAs covering around 27 countries. We have got another 9 agreements with 42 countries which are under negotiation. Okay. If we talk about this, once this one is also completed, we are going to have a free trade agreement type of deal with near about 69 countries, which covers near about 75% of India's export. Okay. So on one hand, we see that we are having several FTAs. Okay. This is something which may cover up to 75% of our export. Which may cover 75% of our exports. It means 75% of our exports are competitive. It simply means that 75% of our exports are competitive in nature. They are not having the problem with respect to extra custom duty, with respect to extra tariff and other thing. So we see that around 75% of exports of India will be covered under these FTAs, and they are getting a type of preferential treatment, or at least no such discriminatory thing is against this, against the exports. No such discriminatory tariff is there against these exports. Okay. But despite this arrangement, despite having all these things, what we see that our trade deficit with many of the FDA partners are increasing. It means our export is reducing. Our export is less as compared to import. Our trade deficit, this is something which is increasing. Our trade deficit is increasing. So can you think about this? That we are having free trade agreement. We are covering our exports. But despite this, the free trade agreements, why they are not becoming beneficial for us? why we are not having a substantial change in our trade. Why we are not having any substantial change in our trade. Can you think about this? What may be the possible reason? Despite having everything, why we are not having a better trade figures? Why we are having the deficit? Can you guess this? That why we are having it? You should be somewhat more inquisitive. Problem in our products. Okay, there is one part that there may be some problem in our products. You should be thinking about these things, because when you think about it, then it will be easier for you to catch it, easier for you to remember it. So there is one answer, that our products may be substandard, or we are not having quality products which are export material. Lack of manufacturing. Okay, so manufacturing defect, manufacturing lacking, that is also there. What else? What else is there? Quality. As Nepal is also refusing our mangoes. Carbon, CBM. Okay, CBM or non-tariff barriers. Okay, so as many of us can understand that why this challenge is there. One thing is, we always talk about lack of manufacturing. Lack of manufacturing sector. This is something which is missing. Okay. Then we see that the quality factor. Quality factor. That this is also one of the challenge. Quality factor is also there. Quality factor is also there. So we are seeing this one challenging situation. Then non-tariff barrier. Non-tariff barrier. So our production, and then our production, and then the non-tariff barrier. They are something which are like having a limitation on our export, which are making sure that our exports are not becoming very competitive, exports are not going that much in other states. But see, if we are talking about FTA, free trade agreement, okay. Now when we talk about this FTA, we see that this is something which leads to reduction in tariff. Reduction in tariff to almost zero. Reduction in tariff to almost zero. So here we see that there is a reduction in tariff almost to zero. Now if we look at the developed nations, on one hand we are having some developed nations. Like suppose when we are talking about the US, when we are talking about the European Union, when we are talking about Australia, New Zealand, or etc. When we are talking about these countries, and we say that we are having like a lower tariff, fine, very good. We are having lower tariff. That we are having free trade agreement, and due to free trade agreement, we are getting lower tariff. That's good. But what is the original tariff? What is the original tariff? This is something which is also lower. And FTA reduces it marginally. So suppose that, for example, we are having a deal with European Union. We are having a deal with a trade deal with European Union. So European Union has decided to reduce the tariff on many products by to zero. European Union has decided to reduce the tariff on many of the products exported from India to almost zero. But earlier also the tariff was on the lower side, a few percentage, 1%, 2%, 4%, 5%. So the tariff was, even if the tariff is 10% and you are bringing it to zero, how much difference you are going to create. The tariff has been reduced by a very narrow margin because they are already having lower tariff. Most of the developed nations, they are already having lower tariff. On the other hand, the developing nations are imposing higher tariff. When we talk about the developing nations, what we see, like suppose when we are talking about India, we see that we have got higher tariff. We are having tariff up to 100%, 200%, even more than that on many products. Okay. We are having tariff up to 100%, 200% on many of the products. So our tariff is quite higher. So now what we see, that if we are having a free trade agreement with, let's say, European Union, if we are having a free trade agreement with European Union, so now they will be able to supply us the goods and they will be having huge margin. They will be having huge margin. That now their products can come in India at a very lower cost, like the electric cars or the bikes or other things, they can come at a very lower cost. Whereas our advantage is very small. Our advantage is very small. They are having those products which are high value products. They are having the quality of products which are high value products. But our products are not that much high value. They are also imposing non-tariff barriers. We don't have any such non-tariff barriers. We are just having the tariff barriers. So what we see that this FTA which we are signing with multiple countries, it is not addressing the non-tariff barrier, and the tariff barrier which it is removing is already a meager amount for the Indian exporters. For the Indian exporters, the tariff amount is a meager amount. The non-tariff barriers or phytosanitary barriers, they are the major hurdles. They are the major hurdles. So our problem is not with respect to the tariff, but what we see in the free trade agreements which we are signing, we are mostly talking about reduction in the tariff barriers. Who is getting the benefit there? The benefit is largely going to the developed nations. The benefit is largely going to the developed nations. Like, see this one part. Okay. Between 2007 and 2024, trade deficit with ASEAN, it has increased by 381%. Look at this one part. Trade deficit with Japan, it has increased by 318%. Trade deficit with South Korea has increased by 268%. Okay. If we combine this, we have got $62 billion deficit with respect to ASEAN, Japan and South Korea. And in most of the cases, you can see that the increase is near about 300%. It means there has been 3 times increase with respect to this trade deficit. Now see this one angle. When we are talking about import from UAE, Australia, this is okay. Import from UAE, Australia, Mauritius and there it was 48.6, export were 100. Okay. So our trade deficit has exceeded by $50 billion. Okay. So this is one of the reason most of the FTA partners, they are already having lower tariff. So Indian exporters are getting little extra market. So this is one of the major challenge which we see here. Okay. Now the thing is, like there is also a trend. There is also a trend. Like if we talk about the FTA, how it is there. Okay. How the challenges are there with respect to the Indian trade. See this one thing. The Indian firms, many of them are not even using the FTA benefits. हमारे यहाँ का जो फॉर्म है वो FTA का यूज भी नहीं करते. Why? They are not able to claim FTA benefits. Why? Because they have to prove origin of goods. They have to complete documentation. They have to meet compliance requirement. And when the tariff saving is just 1 to 3%, they are not going with the paperwork. In order to avail the benefits of the FTA, you have to do a lot of paperwork. But Indian exporters, they are seeing that they are getting a margin of just 1 to 3%, and there is a lot of paperwork, a lot of documentation which is required in order to carry out that. So even the Indian exporters are not very much interested in using the FTAs. Okay. And now what we see, like Indian exporters, they are using FTA on only about 20 to 30% of eligible export. This is the fact which you can understand from here. Our exporters are not using our FTA. So why we are having so many FTAs? We are having a number of FTAs, we are having a number of headlines and everything, that today we are signing FTA with this country, tomorrow with another country, then another country. So we keep on signing FTA. Newspaper make a lot of deal of it. We also discuss about it. But at the end of it, what is the result? Indian exporters are using just about 20 to 30% of FTA. Why? Because they have to meet all these things and they are getting just 1 to 3% of benefit. They are just getting 1 to 3% of benefit for so much paperwork, for so many documentation process. Okay. Now what we see, in the case of India, when other countries are sending the products towards India, they are using the FTA 60 to 70%. They are using FTA 60 to 70%. So who is the real beneficiary of FTA here? Who is the real beneficiary of FTA here? Our exporters are not getting the benefit. They are not even ready to take it. Why? It is not beneficial for them. The importers who are there, they are utilizing it. So there is a question mark. There is a question mark on the relevance of FTAs in the present manner in case of India. कि अभी जिस तरीके से हम FTA ले रहे हैं, what is the benefit there? Now see, so in this situation, okay, now what we can do? Okay. See, what is the problem that our industrial policies and everything is not allowed? Okay. Now what we see that unless corrected, FTAs, they are leading to increase in import, worsening trade deficit, encouraging relocation of factories abroad, reducing domestic value addition, and weaken India manufacturing ecosystem. So what we see that the FTAs in the present phase without changes in India are in fact challenge for us. Why it is not made mandatory for each company to use FTA? See, let me give you an example. I am telling you that you are having two trains. You are having two trains. One train when you can just get a token, there is no line. You are having a train. You are having two trains. One train is having a facility where you can have a ticket directly. Okay, you have to pay 10 rupees extra. Instead of 100 rupees, you are paying 110 rupees. You don't have to go into queue. You don't have to go for your Aadhaar card photocopy, Aadhaar card photo state. You don't have to prove. You don't have to share OTP and everything. You are just spending 10 rupees more. You are getting it hand to hand, and then you can travel without any hassle. On one side, we have another train where you have to provide all the documentation, where you have to do all the registration. You have to meet all the compliance, and then you are getting a rebate of 10 rupees. या आपको 10 रुपए का एक डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है और एक तरफ आपको सारी सुविधाएं जो है वैसे ही मिल जा रही हैं. तो विच ट्रेन यू विल प्रेफर? एंड नाउ हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 10%. या तो हम लोग 10% की बात कर रहे हैं. सपोज ऑन वन साइड द कॉस्ट इज 100 रुपीज एंड ऑन द अदर साइड द कॉस्ट इज 103 रुपीज. 103 रुपए. 103 रुपए जिसमें आपको कोई टेंशन नहीं है, ना कोई कागज, ना कोई मोबाइल, ना कोई ओटीपी. You have to just board on the train, give 103 rupees, you can travel. On other side, you have a train where you have to give 100 rupees, but you have to complete the entire documentation process. You have to do the entire KYC. So which you are going to prefer? कौन सा prefer करोगे आप? एंड यू हैव टू गो फास्ट, और आपको जल्दी जाना है, कौन सा प्रेफर करोगे? सी, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट. लेट्स से वी आर having mango. Let's say we are having mango. Okay. Let's say in 2024 we are sending it to European Union. Let's say mango shake product, mango pickles. Let's say mango pickles, a manufactured product. So in European Union it was going for 100 rupees. It was going for 100 rupees in 2024. Let's say in 2027, now the tariff has been reduced, so it is going at, let's say, 98 rupees. Let's say it is going at 98 rupees. In the case of 2024, the cost of the pickles is 100 rupees. In 2027, the cost is 98 rupees. But in order to sell this at 98 rupees, you have to give all documents. You have to give all compliance. Okay. You have to give all compliance. You have to provide all the documents. You have to give everything. You have to prove the origin of the product. Kahan se aaya and everything. So you have to prove all these things for selling it at 98 rupees. कि आपका प्रोडक्ट जो है वो 98 रुपीज में ही पहुंच गया, और यहां पे 2 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा लग रहा है. नो डॉक्यूमेंट रिक्वायर्ड, नो डॉक्यूमेंट रिक्वायर्ड, नो अदर थिंग्स रिक्वायर्ड. Here you are getting a benefit of 2%. Here you are getting a benefit of 2%. So how much your export is going to increase? अगर आपने अचार को, if you are selling the mango pickle at 98 rupees instead of 100 rupees, so what do you think? How many customers will increase? If you are selling a mango pickle at 98 rupees instead of 100 rupees, do you think that all the people of the country of Europe will come? Okay, now we have got 2 rupees reduction, so we are going to purchase mango pickle. Those who have to purchase the mango pickle, will they be thinking about the difference of 1 to 2%? The European Union is already having a lesser tariff. They're having non-tariff barrier, that is different. They're having a non-tariff barrier, so that is different. So even after having FTA, the non-tariff barrier is not removed. So there is a change of just 1 rupees, 2 rupees, 3 rupees. If you are having a product of 100 rupees and you are having a reduction of 3 rupees, do you think that the entire Europe, the France and every other countries will start going to the shops, say, where is the mango pickle from India? Will they start asking question like this? Where was that mango pickle from India? Where can we get it? We have got 2 rupees reduction. So it's not going to happen. Okay. So in this situation, what we have to do? We have to align our FTA policy. We have to make changes to we have to go for better alignment of tariff policy with FTA commitments. We need to align it properly. What is our requirement? We are giving concession to all the countries. Are we having the benefit? We are giving so much concession to other countries, but in actual, are we having the benefit or not? We need to realize that. Then we also need to correct the inverted duty structure within India. In India, we see that our taxation system makes our products costly. Our taxation system is making our product costly. So we need to change into that. We also need to improve competitiveness of Indian manufacturing. Now suppose if there is a difference of 10 to 12 rupees or 15 rupees because our efficiency of the manufacturing has increased, then it can be beneficial. Okay. What we see that if we are having the same 100 rupees product, if we are providing it in 80 rupees, then our sale is going to increase. then our sale is going to increase. So we will see that this is something which can lead to increase in our sales. What we have to do? We have to improve the efficiency of production. Efficiency of production. Of course, we need to focus on FTA utilization by exporters also. Why exporters are not able to do this? Our compliance system, it has to be simplified. Our compliance system has to be simplified. We have to train the people for documentation. We have to train them for everything. Documentation is one of the major challenges in India. So we have to improve on that part. Then we have to ensure coordinated action between government and industry to ensure FTA is strengthened. Okay. So we have to first of all talk with our manufacturing industry. What products we are actually looking to export? What products we are actually looking to export? If we are having tariff reduction, if we are having anything, is it actually going to benefit us? So we need to have a policy which is also aligned with our industrial setup, with our manufacturing companies and everything. Then only we are going to get the benefit. Okay. So this is the first part, that what is the issue with our FTA policy. So every time we are seeing a FTA policy, we all get so much delighted that we have got a groundbreaking treaty and everything. But what is the outcome? That remains challenging. Okay. Now, coming to the next part, the trust deficit in India and Bangladesh ties. Okay. I think you are aware about the timeline. I think you are well aware about the timeline, that first of all, Sheikh Hasina government was there. India was having good relations. Then we have got the interim government. Relations reached to its worst phase. What we see, there are three important timelines. First phase, Sheikh Hasina. Here, cordial relation. Then we see, we have got the interim government. We have got the interim government. Worst phase in recent times. And the third part, the current government in Bangladesh. Current government in Bangladesh. If we look at this, the relations between India and Bangladesh has failed to restart. Okay. It is something which has failed to restart. Okay. Yeah, still very limited interaction. Still very limited interaction. That we are still having very limited interaction. Yeah. Now, this one part is of course correct, Pradeep, that the current government in Bangladesh is not as the interim government. The interim government was something which has made this relation worst. We have seen that in the case of interim government, they have gone policies which are totally against India. They have gone with policies which are totally against India. So that was one of the challenging phase. Okay. But now what we see, that now Bangladesh wants India to give it some of the relaxation. Okay. What Bangladesh assume right now? Okay. Bangladesh, if we talk about them, what do they want? What they want? What are they demanding? Okay. What we see that there is first one demand, that relaxation in various steps taken by government of India during interim government. So you may have seen this, You may have seen this, that during this interim government, they were saying so many things against India. So India has also started to like react on that. And in that reaction, India has also started charging huge amount of money for access to ports and everything for Bangladesh. That if there is a trade between Nepal and Bangladesh or other countries, so then in that situation, India has started to charge money. India has started to charge money from Bangladesh. So they want relaxation on that for the starter part, that they want some relaxation. The rules which have been changed there during the interim government, they should return back to the time of the Sheikh Hasina. That is one thing. Second topic is with respect to the illegal migration. Illegal migration. Now see, we have seen that. Now see, the timing is also one of the major factor. You may have seen that the government has formed in Bangladesh in the recent times. अभी बांग्लादेश में भी नई नई सरकार बनी है. And once the government was formed in Bangladesh, soon after that, there was elections in West Bengal. At the same time, there were elections in West Bengal and Assam also. Okay. So this was one of the very challenging time. Now here are two things: domestic politics versus foreign policy. So in the domestic politics, there is a lot of issue of illegal migration. बहुत ही ध्यान से समझना इस बात को कि there is an entire narrative with respect to the illegal migration in the domestic politics. In case of in case of West Bengal also, in case of Assam also. That in our domestic politics, we talk a lot about it. But in the foreign policy, the approach is different. In case of foreign policy, the approach is different. So right now, there was a phase of election. So there was a lot of blaming on Bangladesh for illegal migration. A lot of blame on Bangladesh for illegal migration. So this is also one of the part which we see, that there was a lot of blame also on Bangladesh, that Bangladesh is promoting illegal migration in case of West Bengal, in case of Assam, in case of other nearby areas. Okay. So this is one part where we see that there has been this domestic politics which is talking about it. Okay. देखो, claiming Assam as their territory or other areas as their territory, why this is happening? See, in case of India also, do our political leaders talk about Akhand Bharat or not? In case of our domestic politics, there are certain leaders who tell that from Afghanistan to that of Myanmar, this will be part of one India at one point of time. We want to ensure that. We want to even add Nepal to that. We want to merge Bangladesh with us. So domestic politics is entirely different. People can go to anything. They can say anything in domestic politics. And then media is trying to make a sensation out of it. We know how media works these days. I think you are well aware about media. Okay. So then that is a sensationalism. That is a sensationalism which is being created. So right now what we see that Bangladesh is having mainly these two parts. Okay. Now they have been waiting for quite some time that India can start this relations once again. In fact, if you are looking at the newspapers on regular basis, just as the elections were done in West Bengal, one of the ministers of Bangladesh said this part, that now the elections are over. Now the party which is in the center is having also the power in West Bengal. So now we can negotiate the Tista agreement. That now the conditions have become favorable. Now the conditions have changed. The same party which is there in center is also in the state. So this is the time when we can go for discussion over the Tista. Okay. but Bangladesh was never even there to claim to Northeast India. See, during the last 1.5 years, so many things have been said, so many things have been, even Nepal is saying this is our territory, Bangladesh is saying this is our territory. Tomorrow, Myanmar will also say Nagaland is our territory. China is already saying that Arunachal and Ladakh is our territory. Pakistan says something else. Then, so this is something which is always going on. This is something which is always going on. Okay. Nepal ने तो बिहार को claim कर दिया. They are perhaps not aware about Bihar. That's why they have claimed Bihar. They cannot claim Bihar. Bihar can claim Nepal, but they cannot claim Bihar. Okay. So they are not aware about it. They are perhaps not aware about it. If they want to claim Bihar, try it for some days. Try it for 1 week. They should try to claim Bihar for 1 week. Then they will get to know. They will leave Kathmandu also. They will go, we are going just on Mount Everest. We will just see from there. We are not even coming down. So they are perhaps not aware about it. Okay. Now, coming to the next part. Okay. See, right now what we see, they want India to restore the transshipment facilities. Okay. Then they will say, they are asking fully resume visa services, remove trade restrictions on Bangladesh export. Okay. And they want a soft approach on migration related rhetorics. Okay. So they also say this, that on migration, if you are saying in domestic politics, it's good. Sometimes you can be saying that, but don't make it as a major issue. Don't make it a major issue. You can say sometimes from Pakistan also. Why only blame Bangladesh? You can blame other countries also. So this is what they expect from India. Okay. Now what we see, they are particularly upset by repeated reference by Indian leaders to illegal immigration from Bangladesh. Okay. So this is something which is impacting India's relation with respect to Bangladesh. Okay. So on the basis of it, you have to write these two answers. Like if we talk about this one thing, we have to also look at this Ganga Water Treaty also. This is something which is also going to expire soon. This Ganga Water Treaty is also going to expire soon. Okay. And this is something Bangladesh urgently wants renewal of this one part. So right now, this is a very good opportunity for India. Right now, this is a very good opportunity for India. Bangladesh wants to have the Ganga Water Treaty. And we also want to improve relations with Bangladesh. Why? Just see this one thing. Once upon a time, one of the very great prime ministers of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he said this, that you can change the history, but you cannot change geography. You can change the history, but you cannot change geography. Here, changing history means that you can change how the future generation will see. But you cannot change the geography. You cannot change your neighboring countries. It's not possible that we will shift Bangladesh from Bay of Bengal and we will put them somewhere in the middle of Indian Ocean. It's not going to be possible. So in that situation, what we need to do, we need to advance our relations with Bangladesh. At a point of time during Sheikh Hasina, India and Bangladesh relations were very good. India and Bangladesh relations were quite good. So what we see, what was the challenging factor? India supported one political party in that Bangladesh rather than supporting the entire government. So that was one of the greatest lesson for us. That we don't have to make deals with one political party. We have to make deals with the entire government machinery, with the people of Bangladesh, not with the political party of Bangladesh. So you can see this one thing. Just to give you an example, in case of Maldives, think about this. In the initial phase, if you go to 2024, our relations with Maldives was very at a worst phase. But gradually the things have improved. Gradually the things have improved in Maldives also. Even when we see that the political party in Maldives, it was quite opposed to India. It was quite opposed to India. So what we see that it was quite opposed to India, and despite this, we are having a good relations with Maldives as of now. So we need to have state to state relation. Yes, very good part. That we are having a good relations with Russia throughout the history. We are having a good relations with Russia throughout the history. There are multiple political parties which have been there, multiple political leaders have been there. So it's not the matter who is ruling there. It's not the matter who the person is. Whenever someone is trying to make a person to person contact in geopolitics, they are going to fail. If you are making a person to person contact in geopolitics, you are going to fail. And we have seen that in the case of Donald Trump. We have invested huge amount of time and money in building relations with Donald Trump in 2016 to 20. You may have seen we have got so many rallies and everything there in support of Donald Trump. And then 2024 onwards, from 2025 onwards, we have seen that the things have changed. So person to person relation is not going to be good in geopolitics. It is a state to state relation. It is a state to state relation which has a long lasting nature. It has a long lasting nature. So we need to re-examine our foreign policy with respect to that. With respect to Maldives also, we have seen that when we have gone for a state to state cooperation, things have improved. Okay. So this is one thing which we need to work on. In fact, what you will see that the diplomacy is something which should be left to the diplomats. When the leaders start interfering in diplomacy, without having any such knowledge of it, then they are going to create a mess. All because of Lakshadweep. No, it was not because of Lakshadweep only. There are multiple factors which you have to understand. We will talk about Maldives sometimes. The relation with Maldives is not just because of Lakshadweep. And now see how challenging this is. How challenging this is. That in 2025, for a few months, we focused on Lakshadweep. In 2025, for a few months, we focused on Lakshadweep. And then after, now again there is no discussion on Lakshadweep. Now we have forgotten about it. So we need to see that how we are making policy. Is it a reactionary policy? Is it a reactionary policy, or we are having something substantial? Sri Lanka, not good, not bad phase, means average phase. Right now, the phase in Sri Lanka is average phase. We are not having any such major challenge as of now. Okay. So that will be all for today. International relation is such a topic that once you go into that, it's difficult to complete it on time. Okay. So I'm having 2 questions for you, which you can practice, but we will discuss the answers tomorrow. Okay. So here we have this one thing. Discuss the trade challenges of India despite having several FTAs. Suggest measures to address the same. Discuss the emerging challenges of in India-Bangladesh relations. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you everyone. Take care and all the best.